Hello, I am Dr. Shreen Khan. Welcome to this lesson on privacy and data protection. Today we will explore what privacy means, how it relates to personal data, and how the Personal Data Protection Act 2010 or PDPA works in Malaysia. Privacy, it's a fundamental right yet often misunderstood. According to the Oxford Dictionary, privacy means freedom from interference or public attention. In simpler terms, it's about the right to be left alone and to keep your personal affairs private. Privacy isn't just one thing. It has various dimensions. We're talking about the privacy of your identity, the protection of your personal data, confidentiality in online communications, and even the right to remain anonymous. Take the case of R.V. Brown from 1996. A police officer misused the police national computer to help a friend track debtors. This case clearly illustrates how data misuse can breach privacy laws. In this digital age, technology presents new threats to privacy. Computers store massive amounts of data that can be accessed and transmitted globally in seconds, making your personal information more vulnerable than ever. But why does personal data matter so much to companies? Businesses rely on personal data from employees, partners, and consumers to analyze performance, shape strategies, and personalize marketing. Data is a valuable asset. Yet, personal data is constantly exposed online. Personal data can be compromised through IP tracking, cookie placement, or spam emails. These actions often occur without your knowledge or consent. Common misuses of data include theft, loss, leaks, and misuse by hackers, careless employees, and even economic espionage. Protecting measures are critical to prevent these threats. Enter the Personal Data Protection Act, 2010, or PDPA. This legislation regulates how personal data is processed in commercial transactions in Malaysia. It applies to anyone handling personal data in Malaysia for business purposes. So, what does processing mean? Processing includes collecting, storing, using, or disclosing personal data. Everything from recording to deleting information falls under this definition. However, PDPA doesn't apply to personal data processed by the government outside Malaysia or for personal use. It also excludes data used solely for credit reporting or non-commercial activities. The main actors under PDPA are the data controller, previously known as the data user, and the data subject, the individual whose personal data is processed. The PDPA lays out 7 principles. Breaching them can result in fines up to 300,000 ringgit or 2 years of imprisonment, or both. First principle. The general principle states that personal data can only be processed with the data subject's consent for a lawful purpose, and only when necessary, and not excessive. Second principle. The notice and choice principle requires that data subjects be informed when their data is collected. They should know the purpose, the recipient, and have a choice to consent or refuse. Third principle, the disclosure. Principle means personal data must not be shared without consent. If shared for a different purpose or with new third parties, further consent must be obtained, except where exemptions apply. Fourth principle, the security principle, data controllers must take steps to protect personal data from misuse, modification, or loss. Fifth principle, the retention principle states that data should not be kept longer than necessary. Once it's no longer needed, it must be destroyed or permanently deleted. Reasonableness is judged case by case. Sixth principle, the data integrity principle requires that data must be accurate, complete, and up to date. Organizations must take reasonable steps to ensure this, especially for sensitive data like creditworthiness. Seventh principle. The access principle gives individuals the right to access their personal data and request corrections if the data is inaccurate, incomplete, or outdated. Under Section 34, data subjects can submit correction requests. Data controllers must act within 21 days to correct the data and notify any third parties. Anyone may lodge a written complaint to the Commissioner if they believe their data rights have been violated. The complaint must include specific details of the data and alleged misuse. Offenses under the PDPA include breaching data principles, failing to register as a data user, and unlawfully collecting or selling data. Penalties include fines up to 500,000 or 3 years imprisonment. In today's digital world, privacy and data protection are more important than ever. The PDPA provides a strong legal framework to safeguard personal data in Malaysia. Thanks for watching and stay informed.